Welcome back to my channel, Galactic Moto. Today we're not going to be hopping on my CF Moto 450 SS. Instead, we're actually going to be hopping on my Kawasaki 300 track bike. I haven't taken this bike out for a track day for quite some time. I've actually posted it for sale, but if it sells, it sells, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. That's kind of how I'm at right now with this bike. I do want to track it, but I don't have any means of taking it to the track that I actually like instead of my local track, which I do not like at all. It is a very boring track. There's very little turns, and I just don't like going there, and I don't like spending my money going to that track. I actually prefer going to my favorite track called the Ridge Motorsport Park, I believe. And it's located in Shelton, Washington. Absolutely love that track. So today I'm just going to take this out for a small little ride, nothing too much, just to get the fluids flowing through it since I have not ridden it in quite some time. I just want the oil to flow through it, get that old fuel flowing out. Hopefully it gets rid of some of it, put some more fuel stabilizer in it later, and just pretty much give it a little go and see how it's doing. And let's jumbling up on my words there, if I can actually talk. How about we just hop on the bike? I already have it warmed up, so I'm not just gonna hop on it and romp on it type of thing. It's already been warmed up. Actually, you know what? Before we take off, why not just take a good look at it real quick? Why just get so rushed into the things? Ooh, is that an oil leak? No, that's just chain goo that I gotta clean up. Ew. I added a quick shifter to the bike. This bike actually was built, not by me, but built and sent in to get tuned by a previous owner. I am the second owner to this bike. The previous owner had the engine built. He put the majority of the bike together. He does this as a hobby, actually. And then after a while, he decided to sell it, and I actually got a bargain on it. Otherwise than that, he gave me a bunch of parts. I mean, like 3 bins full of parts, and gave me the pit bull stand and another front stand that I don't have out right now. But otherwise than that, like it was just an amazing deal, and I had to do it. It was more than what a person typically pays for a 300cc motorcycle. But the thing is, it's a fully built engine, and the engine itself, I think, if I remember correctly, was around $4,000 just to have the engine built, not including the transmission. So yeah, this thing is wild. It's producing 39 horsepower to the wheel, not to the crank, and I believe these produce, man, if memory serves me well, I think they produce about 36, 37 horsepower to the crank, not to the wheels. So yeah, it's a big difference for this thing to be producing 39 horsepower to the wheels, being such a small little bike. Just have regular stock brakes. They do more than enough for the track. I'm not racing the bike, so that's the only reason I haven't upgraded. I do have braided brake lines that I've just been very lazy about installing. More so because of the fact that I was thinking I might sell it just to sell it since I haven't been riding it. But I'm hoping for next summer. I keep saying that to myself, that by next summer I do get the chance and a break from work to actually take this bike to the track, because it is absolutely phenomenal taking this bike out to the track. It does so good. It just for being a 300, it does great. And it's interesting to seeing the intermediate and beginner riders that are riding 600s or even thousands look back at me, and they're wondering how in the world am I keeping up, if not passing them on the turns. But the thing is, if you know how to ride, if you know how to hit the turns better or properly or better than the other track goers, you're going to be outperforming them even on a small little bike like this. I had a lot of training prior to, and I also had a lot of training with the instructors there that helped me out, brushed up on my seat position, body position, foot position, clutch position, like where to have my hands at, how to properly be covering the clutch slash brakes. You know, they gave me the works. So they pretty much brushed me up on a lot of stuff I already knew, but also helped me out on how to improve on the things I already knew. I watch a bunch of videos on YouTube as y'all are doing right now, and I study a lot before I actually get into something. So like for track riding, I would watch hours upon hours of videos on how to ride hard on the street safely and how to hit the track if you ever were to go to all that. So when I went to my first track day, I was way over prepared in comparison to other first goers. And they're like, "Oh man, have you been here before? Like, you seem like you fit it right in." I'm like, "No, this is my first day." I mean, I have plenty of track days under my belt now, but yeah, I was way over prepared for my first day, which is better than being underprepared. So, anyways, y'all got a good look at the bike. I've been talking for quite some time now. Let's just hop on it and get out there, take it for a quick spin, and hopefully get back home without any issues. Oh, yeah, I gotta take that watch off because that doesn't work good with these gauntlets. Oh, yeah. I also want to get out because today's been one of those really I want to rain type of days. It did rain Thursday and Friday night. It's now Saturday, but it is very cloudy here. It's a false fall. We get that a lot here. Oh man, nose is all clogged up. Apologize if y'all can hear me breathing all heavy over here. I'm pretty sure I talked about it in one of my previous videos in that go-kart episode where I nearly got ran off the road. And if you haven't, go watch it. All right. Let's see if y'all can still hear me even with this AP exhaust. I do have, I don't have it set up, but it was set up for me just to turn on with the kill switch. So they eliminated the actual key switch and have it wired up to the kill switch. Back then, when I first got the bike, I didn't know that was possible. I was like, what? That's kind of cool. But yeah, it's hot wired to the kill switch, and you just flip it on, hit the electrical power switch on button, since I don't remember what those things are called, and presto, turns the bike on. Although I don't recommend it for your street bike because it makes it a lot easier to steal it, and nobody wants that. All right, let's go. Oh man, I forgot. I gotta adjust the clutch on this thing. Either that or I'm gonna need a new clutch here soon, because I noticed on one of the track days the clutch was starting to act up a little bit. It wasn't slipping per se, but it was getting like way out there on the friction zone. And I was like, damn it, please, come on, don't give out on me today, bike. Last me throughout the day, and thankfully it did. It lasted me that last track day that I did. I think back in, man, I would have to say 2022, I think, or 2021, around. Let me look at my stickers. I think, yeah, 2022. So it's been about 2 years since I've had this bike out on the track. I do periodically do exactly what I'm doing right now, and I take it out just to get it flowing and do some maintenance on it. But it's been about, I think, a little bit over half a year that I haven't taken it out. Oh, no, that's a lie. I have taken it out a few times, never mind. Why am I clutching? I have a quick shifter on this thing. But then again, it does, that's right, it doesn't do that great at low speeds. Man, I'm gonna have to really scrub these tires because there's a lot of gravel. God, I love that quick shifter, man. I mean, you can do clutchless shifting yourself, but that in itself is also pretty impressive and awesome to me, being able to clutchless shift. It's a very tricky skill, but quick shifters on their own are just badass to me. Woo! We're getting some good poppy pops. Oh, really? It's already starting to drizzle? God dang it. Pretty chilly day today. I really hope y'all can hear me because this mic is really loud. Oh, I forgot. This thing is short geared. I'm over here looking for my mirror. No mirror there, buddy. I really hope y'all can't hear that whistling sound. I closed my helmet. I had it partially open because the angle of the camera is... The way I have my camera set up is angled better to be able to see more forward for y'all. But it impedes my helmet from closing all the way because the latch is literally right where my GoPro is at. But right now I moved my GoPro ever so slightly to try and close my helmet ever a bit more because it quiets it down a little bit. Yeah, the ground is still wet from the previous rain too. Not much, but definitely on little spots right there, the darker spots you can tell. Yeah, tires are definitely still cold. These tires are not DOT street approved, so they definitely need a lot of heat to get a lot more grip. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can ride them around like this, but they're more meant to be warmed up with tire warmers and then hit the track. And or if you don't have tire warmers, they recommend, you know, just doing a couple easy laps to get the tires warmed up or get some heat in them. Man, they're doing a lot of home construction out here. They're eating up the farmland. All right, usually I turn around right here, but I'm gonna go a little bit further. Never actually came way out here before. I always wanted to check it out. Probably would turn around right here at this stop. Oh wait, I have come out over here. That's why I don't usually come out here, because of this part. Okay. These used to be my previous turnaround. I don't have brake lights, so I don't want people getting spooked behind me. I'm gonna just stay quiet for y'all to enjoy the sound of this bike. I'm really not trying to go too hard on these turns. The tires are still cold. Ground's cold. Ground's wet. I'm not trying to attract too much attention. Just trying to take it somewhat easy. Oh, interesting fact, this bike does not have a fan for the radiator. So that's one thing. I can't really go that slow either, because I need the air to cool it down. But on a day like this, I don't really need to go fast, so to say, because the air is plenty cold. I think right now it's probably 68 degrees outside Fahrenheit. So it should be plenty to keep the bike cool right now. Still runs like a champ though. And I really hope to go this next summer for a track day, because I really want to give y'all viewers a really good track day on a 300, because I think there are a good amount of track videos out there on 300s, but the majority of people are out there doing it on, you know, big bikes, 600s, 660s, 650s, 1000s, and those are amazing videos to watch. They're, you know, fun to watch and all that. But I wanna see a, you know, more new age track day on a small little bike, on your average Joe like myself, just going on a track day. You get me? It's just kind of to give everybody a feel of what the average person can do on a track day, or some, you know, something similar, instead of, you know, people who are sponsored or, you know, have more money because they have good jobs, or are, you know, well established on YouTube, whatever excuse, blah 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 blah, etc etc. You get me? So I just want to give everybody a perspective of what you may be capable of if you wanted to do a track day, or just get into motorcycle riding in general, I should say, too. I love those pops. I gotta say, I put as y'all probably seen on one of my previous videos, rear sets on my CF Moto 450, but these Vortex rear set adjustables on this bike, they just feel so great. The position on them is so nice. It really hugs the I really get to hug the tank. Like my knees are literally at the top of the tank, right on it, hugging the tank. So if I were to lean over, it just feels so nice. Especially since I'm a short guy, I'm only like 5'6", and if you want to get technical, if you want to add the small measurements, I'm 5'6" 3/4. I used to be 5'7", but after a few accidents and whatnot, I have shortened over the time. And of course, with age, you do tend to shrink a bit. Oops. So right there, that's another thing I was doing right there. I was doing clutchless shift downs. I don't have an auto blipper, by the way, to shift down. So I only have a blip up, so it automatically cuts the fuel to shift upwards, but it does not cut the fuel to shift down. I'm doing that myself because that's something I've learned how to do. But I'm also using the front brakes and the rear brakes to slow down in order to reduce the stress put onto the transmission, put onto the engine, put onto the clutch plates, etc., etc. So I'm not making all those other systems work hard or harder to slow me down. I'm also using them in tandem with using the front brakes and rear brakes, and using them all together really helps slow you down way quicker. And it's a skill that you will eventually learn, and it is something that I'm going to cover more thoroughly on my channel. But for now, I just wanted to make a mention of it so that everybody can kind of get an idea of what for what I'm doing right there. I wish this bike had an auto blip down. That would be pretty cool too, but nope. Just an auto blip up. And I do not have it set for GP shift. I am not that skilled yet. Although I have come a couple of times when I'm in a corner where it would have been very beneficial to have GP shift, because when I was reaching down to shift coming out of a turn, yeah, my foot scraped a little bit, and I'm like, uh-oh, definitely need to learn how to do GP shift, because that's the reason why they have it. Because when you're going to shift coming out of a corner, you don't want your foot getting caught on the ground and then being thrown behind you and making you crash, etc., etc., breaking your ankle. Yeah, all that's bad. You don't want that. Gonna let the bike run for a little bit, cool it down, blah blah blah. But yeah, that was just me taking out my little track bike out for a little bit. Might be a short video, depends, I don't know. We'll see. Also wanted to scratch the itch of going out on a bike, since I didn't take out my 450 today. Really wanted to, but I don't like taking out my nice bikes. And don't get me wrong, this is a nice bike out with the risk of rain, because I literally this is not where I live, by the way. This is actually my brother's home. I actually store it with them because I don't have a garage, they do, and it's pretty well temperature kept, so it doesn't freeze over, etc., etc., blah blah blah, for winter storage. So I live an hour away, and I didn't want to ride my bike all the way up here and then go home at night, because I'm also gonna hang out with my brother. Gosh, I'm rambling on. But the CF Moto 450's front headlights, they're not that great at night. They're really horrible. That's one thing I have against that bike. It sucks at night. You cannot see anything with those LEDs that it has. I actually want to learn how to remove them, because I want to install some better ones, because those are no bueno. Anyways, back to the main topic. Yeah, I stored my bike out here. I didn't want to ride my 450 because I didn't want the risk of rain. And just as we went out a little bit, it drizzled a little bit. Then it went away, thankfully. And yeah, I don't like riding my nicer bikes in the rain, because they get dirty. It gets grime everywhere. You got to do extra maintenance and all that. Yeah, no. I'm done riding in the rain, unless I have a bike specific for it, or a bike that I don't really care about getting dirty like that. Like when I used to have my Kawasaki Concourse, which is my sport tour, I would ride that thing in anything and everything. Even when it was like kind of snowed outside, but the ground didn't have too much snow because they cleared it out, stuff like that. Or my 250 that I used to have, I would ride that thing in everything. I mean, everything. And let's just say when I rode it in the snow, that didn't work out. I rode it for 100 feet and almost fell, and then just literally turned around and went right back home. That did not work. So don't recommend that. Don't ride in the snow. Doesn't work. But yeah, let's just put the kickstand back on. Not the kickstand, the foot bolt back on, because this bike doesn't have a kickstand. Oh, can't really see that great because the camera's blocking my vision. But I'm pretty sure I got it. Oh yeah, I got it. Easy. Easy. I do need to clean that chain and relube it though, because I haven't done that in a while. But yeah, good job. Catch y'all next time. Don't forget to subscribe and like my videos if you like them. If you don't like them, please don't hit that dislike button. Let me know in the comments down below what I can do better, what I can improve on, and what y'all want to see on my channel. And I will try my best to include those comments or whatever it is that y'all want me to do on my channel and trying to incorporate them. Much love to y'all. Thanks again for watching. Catch y'all later.